vast silence beyond the known galaxies, where time folded into forgotten eternities and light itself dared not wander, there drifted the devourer of worlds, Galactus. His colossal armor shimmered with the echoes of collapsing stars, his presence bending space like a god's sigh. He was hunger incarnate, the endless cosmic balance between life and death. For eons, he had consumed countless civilizations, their screams extinguished before the echo reached another sun. But even cosmic hunger could know intrigue. One starless age, Galactus sensed a flare of energy unlike any he had encountered, a radiant pulse, not of destruction, but of pure creation. It came from a realm outside the normal cosmic threads, a place unseen by heralds or watchers. His vast senses reached across dimensions until he glimpsed it, a world bathed in eternal dawn, its air humming with ethereal magic. It was Elysian, a realm where mythic creatures lived as the first dreams of creation. And there, reigning supreme, was the being that made the stars kneel in reverence, the celestial unicorn. The unicorn was no mere beast. Born from the first burst of creation's light, it was purity given form, its mane woven from nebula dust, its horn forged from the crystallized tears of a dying cosmos. Legends whispered that its horn, the eternum spire, could restore life to dead worlds or blind gods with a single flash. It was said to guard the wellspring of existence, a cosmic fountain that generated living energy for new universes. Galactus hungered not merely for planets now, but for the wellspring itself. He reasoned that such infinite life energy could end his hunger forever, a paradoxical sustenance that would make him eternal and self-sustaining. For the first time in countless ages, the devourer felt curiosity and temptation. He summoned the Silver Surfer, his loyal herald, and commanded, "Find this world of living light. The pulse of creation trembles even through my armor. Locate it and mark it for consumption." But as the surfer approached Elysian's borders, his cosmic senses faltered. The light there was too pure, the frequencies too divine. Every attempt to penetrate the barrier only reflected him away, like a beam cast from a divine prism. A voice echoed through his mind, serene yet commanding, "Go no further, traveler of sorrow. The hunger that drives your master is not welcome here." The surfer, humbled by the voice, turned back and delivered his report. Galactus listened, silent and unmoving. Then, with a flicker of thought, he dismissed his herald. "This realm denies me?" Galactus thundered, his voice shaking 100 star systems. "Then I will enter it myself." He tore through the boundaries of creation, shattering the veil that separated Elysian from the material multiverse. The skies of the magical realm darkened for the first time. The luminous rivers of mana turned to silver, and the winds carried the sound of thunder, a sound no creature there had ever heard. The unicorn, from atop the crystalline cliffs of the wellspring, opened its radiant eyes. It saw the intruder descending, a figure larger than mountains, cloaked in the color of annihilation. Galactus had come. The unicorn's horn glowed, igniting the skies in defense. From the wellspring burst forth streams of golden light, forming barriers, protective runes, and celestial beasts ready to defend their world. But Galactus was beyond such resistance. With each step he took, reality itself bent. With each breath, he drained the essence of nearby matter. When their eyes finally met, the cosmic glutton and the immortal light, existence seemed to hold its breath. Galactus spoke first, his voice echoing across galaxies. "Creature of purity, your world brims with energy enough to sate eternity. Hand me the wellspring, and I shall spare this realm from my hunger," the unicorn's voice answered. "Like 1,000 chimes over flowing water, you speak of hunger, Galen of Tar, yet you devour only to fill the void within. The wellspring is not for conquest. It is for rebirth. You consume what I restore." Galactus paused. Few had ever called him by his ancient name. Fewer still had dared to defy him without trembling. "Then you choose extinction," he declared. "I choose balance," replied the unicorn, lowering its luminous horn. Even hunger must be tamed by light, and with that, the air cracked with celestial power. The unicorn released a wave of divine energy that flared across the cosmic horizon, forcing Galactus to step back. His armor glowed as if molten suns burned beneath it. The wellspring pulsed brighter, its energy forming a shield of sacred geometry. For the first time in eons, Galactus felt resistance that was not fear, but power. Divine and eternal. He realized this would not be a mere consumption. It would be a war of essences. The unicorn raised its head, mane flowing with solar radiance, and spoke one final time. If you wish to feast upon light. Galactus then faced the dawn itself. Galactus lifted his hand, summoning torrents of cosmic energy, bending galaxies into his palms. The realm of Elysian trembled, and stars began to shatter in distant constellations. The stage was set, the devourer of worlds and the embodiment of light would soon collide in an unimaginable confrontation, a battle that would decide not just the fate of a world, but the very harmony of existence itself. The unicorn charged forward, its mane blazing with astral fire. The divine creature galloped across the sky as if the heavens were a living path beneath its hooves. When the wave struck, its horn shone brighter than the heart of a quasar, splitting the inferno apart. The air turned crystalline, shattered. Pieces of light hung suspended before fading into nothingness. Futile, Galactus thundered, his voice breaking mountains of crystal below. Even gods fall before hunger. But the unicorn's answer was action. It reared high, and the wellspring responded. A surge of golden luminance that enveloped the realm. Streams of creation energy lashed out, weaving around Galactus's armor, searing through its seams. The devourer's colossal form shook as light found its way into his core. He bellowed in frustration, channeling pure cosmic entropy to repel it. The clash of forces was cataclysmic. For every pulse of destruction from Galactus, the unicorn answered with a surge of life. Their powers were opposites: hunger versus creation, darkness versus dawn. Galactus lifted his arm, drawing in dark energy from dying stars. His armor pulsed with crimson fissures. You cannot outlast me, creature. I have endured the death of universes. The unicorn's form glowed with unshakable serenity, and yet you have never lived. Then came the storm. Galactus unleashed the null singularity, a sphere of cosmic annihilation that devoured energy, light, and matter alike. The sphere hurtled toward the wellspring, tearing holes through time itself. The unicorn charged, horn first, into the heart of the void. When its horn struck, the singularity ruptured. For an instant, the universe went completely silent. Then came an explosion brighter than the birth of creation. The shockwave rippled across galaxies, rewriting the laws of energy itself. Space collapsed, then rebuilt. Stars vanished and reappeared. On one side of the explosion, Galactus fell to one knee, his armor cracked, molten cosmic plasma leaking from the wounds. On the other, the unicorn staggered, its light dimming, its radiant mane now flickering. The devourer rose, massive and inexorable, his gauntlet closed, trapping the creature in a gravitational bind. Enough! You will yield to inevitability. The unicorn strained against the crushing gravity, light bursting from its wounds. It channeled the last of the wellspring's grace into its horn, its voice ringing across existence. Then let the light die, only that life may be born again. It charged one final time. The horn struck Galactus square in the chest, penetrating through layers of celestial armor and into the core of his essence. The devourer roared, a sound that tore through dimensions. But instead of falling, Galactus absorbed the energy. The wellspring's power poured into him, flooding his being with uncontainable radiance. For a moment it seemed he might be destroyed by it, undone by too much life. But Galactus, master of the cosmic balance, adapted. He tamed the surge, transforming divine creation into infinite sustenance. The light of the unicorn dimmed rapidly, its energy being consumed and repurposed. The unicorn's body shimmered, its radiance scattering like dust into the starlight. It looked up at the towering cosmic giant. No hate, no fear, only peace. "Then it is as it must be," whispered the fading light. "May your hunger find meaning." And with a final luminous flash, the celestial unicorn dissolved into motes of golden light that spiraled into the wellspring. Galactus stood at its edge, victorious yet silent. He felt something foreign. Balance. The eternal gnawing hunger within him eased for the first time since the dawn of his existence. The wellspring's energy had not merely filled him, it had changed him. The cosmic void within now pulsed with a quiet glow. Galactus turned his gaze upon the empty horizon of Elysian, the world now still and serene. He did not devour it further. Instead, he sealed it within his power, preserving what remained of its purity. Perhaps out of respect, perhaps out of revelation. As he rose to the stars, his colossal voice echoed softly, "From light I am reborn." And so, the devourer of worlds departed, no longer burdened by endless hunger, but carrying within him the last spark of the unicorn's eternal grace.